Jacob, Isaiah, Daniel, to convey the message, what is our purpose of this life. But we don't believe none of them claim to be God. Because God, when He sent them to convey the message. That's why God said in the Quran, if any one of them claimed to be God, then God will destroy him. Because they were doing the job of God, meaning conveying what is our purpose in this life. Because our intellect is limited. We cannot know in detail how to worship our Creator.
If you agree that our intellect is limited,
yeah,
it's not for me to comprehend how Jesus was God and human at the same time.
That's a good
because
question. No, I
can't comprehend.
No, we're not talking. When we say our intellect is limited, when we're talking about God and human, we're talking about something we can comprehend. You see, I'm not asking you how big God is or how does He look, because we don't know. So the question that the subject we are dealing with in hand is a subject that both us, we know human, we know who's human, they are imperfect, they are born, everything. So we know who's human. If you tell me God became human, I'll tell you it doesn't make any sense because I know the nature of human being. You understand? So we're not talking about something beyond our comprehension, our understanding. You with me? So now if God became a human, that's a contradiction because God...
But if you accept the Bible and say that God sent His Son to be human for a given period of time until He became God again, then that's
contradiction. Doesn't make any sense.
God's Son to become human.
Can God decide to become a human? Can He?
He's all
powerful.
Okay, when you say can, no.
Because I don't think God cannot.
Wait, brother, you can't ask question. There's difference between, brother. There's difference between what God is and what God does. What God is, does He change? Okay. So what you're doing, you're talking about God, what God does, then you said, can He change? No. God, what God is, that will make God. Now, for example, can you say God, He knows sometimes, He doesn't know sometimes? Or you say God knows everything all the time? That's it. So what we're talking about, what God is doesn't change. What God does, He does whatever He wishes, according to His wisdom.
It's still the possibility, it stands there, He can become a human.
That's paradox, brother.
No, but it's a possibility if you want.
Okay.
He can.
Okay, no,
It's the same question. Can you make a stone that He can lift? It's the same.
No, that's a paradox. You agree with it? Yeah, it's a paradox. Because if God became human, okay, now what is human? Human doesn't have God power anymore. So what happened to His power? Gone. So where's gonna start? Be confused. I need to become God back again. Come on, brother.
No, but that's why He's saying when He believes in Trinity as a Christian.
Brother, you know what's paradox, by the way?
No, it's not paradox. Why?
You know,
I know.
Yeah. Paradox is like telling me someone exists and don't exist at the same time. Is that paradox? Is it not paradox? God, perfect all the time, but He's gonna become imperfect. That's a paradox. Because if you say God perfect by definition all the times, then you say to me, you know what? 2002 He became imperfect. But you just told me God is perfect all the times. That's why you have differentiate between what God is and what God does. What God is does not change. What God does, He spoke to Moses, but He never spoke to me. You know? He created Jesus without a father, but not me. You understand? He spoke to Prophet Muhammad, but not you. You understand? No, brother, this possibility. Brother, no, it doesn't make any sense, brother. Forget possibilities. Because what you have to understand, bro, there is something which really exists and something only exists in your head. Like the brother mentioned here, a good point. Can God create stone that He cannot lift? That is a paradox. This question is wrong. Why? Because if God was able to create something heavy, therefore God has more power than it to begin with. You see, and the last part of the question contradicts the first part of the question. And this questions was created and was made by a group called Sophistaion, from the Greek philosophers. Aristotle himself refuted them, Plato refuted them. What they used to do in an argument is to create questions which doesn't make any sense, just to confuse the opponents. You with me? Okay? So what God is doesn't change. So the point here, bro, look, what I would say to you, we keep talking about Christianity. Islam is simple. God is one. Okay?
God is 3 in 1.
Doesn't make any sense. That's a shampoo. 3 in 1 shampoo? Doesn't make any sense. How 3 in 1? Shampoo, you know shampoo? 3 in 1. I'm joking. But look, how good is 3 in 1, bro? Doesn't make any sense as well. That's a paradox.
But you just said we're humans and we don't understand everything.
No, but again,
by definition also.
bro, again.
It's small.
No, brother, it's not about small. Brother, you agree with him? What he's talking about? Yeah, you said bro, small. No, wait, brother. Yeah, listen, brother. What you have to understand, bro. Again, what we're talking about here, we're not talking about something we cannot understand. Let me make it clear to you. Is the Father fully God?
Yes.
How many God we have now? How many God we have? One God now. Okay. Is the Son fully God?
Now, yes. When he was on earth, he was
Yeah, even now. Is he fully God for the sake of argument? How many God we have now?
still one.
So
How many shampoo you have?
no, wait. Father is fully God. The Son. So if the Father is fully God, we only have one God. I'm not going to need another God.
Father, I knew you.
Look, you know why? Yeah. Well, I believe the mighty messenger Jesus. He never came with this teaching. That's a teaching that was adopted by the pagans, the Roman pagans. Jesus never came with this. Jesus clearly said, the only true God is the Father. In the Quran, he said clearly also, all the Israelites, worship your God and my God, who is Allah. The teaching of Jesus is so clear. The true teaching of Jesus, it makes sense to a child. Likewise, it makes sense to the shepherd. Likewise, it makes sense to the person who has PhD in Oxford University. The true teaching of Jesus. Why? Sorry, brother. One God sent the prophets and messengers. Not God. There's two God, but there's one God. But the Father is fully God. The Son is fully God. But there's only two God, one God. If you only have one God, if you add the Holy Spirit, how many God do you have? It's still one God. Come on, bro. That's why, Jesus said, the only true God is the Father. Do you agree with that? That is John 10:3. Wait, brother. Yeah, I agree here because the Father.
My father.
Yes, good point. The Father was used amongst the Israelites to refer to God because God used to take care of them. So they used it as metaphorical, not as. And also in Aramaic, Aramaic is another language. Syriac, Aramaic. No, not Aramaic, Syriac. Syriac, they used to refer to God as an Ab, which means Arab, the Lord. You see, but people afterward misunderstood it, to talk it as literal. They took it as a literal.
Said father, or
No, as I said, that term Father was used as a Lord, not as actual Father.
so he meant Lord. instead
Yes,
of father.
that's what I meant. Yeah.
That's what I want to see from your perspective.
So my question is to you now, bro. Yeah. I'm sorry for taking your time.
Visit my own
Thank you.
as well. That's great.
Well, listen to this, bro. Watch this. Yeah. When Jesus said the only true God is the Father, was he speaking the truth or was he lying? Of course, was he speaking the truth? Is Jesus the Father?
He's not the Father. No.
Is Jesus God? But Jesus said the only true God is the Father. And you just told me Jesus is not the Father.
You said it in the Bible.
حبيبي يا أخي خليه يتكلم يا أخي أخويا أنت.
But you said it so many times.
Because you just agreed the only true God is the Father, okay? And you agreed with me. No, I'm not putting words in your mouth. You agreed with me. Jesus is not the Father.
Thing is, you know the Bible better than I do, probably right now.
About the foundation.